Once upon a time, in a land of ancient tales and wonders, there were two cities nestled in the heart of a fertile plain. These cities were known as Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, these were not ordinary cities. They were bustling hubs of trade and prosperity, filled with people from all walks of life. But amidst their grandeur lurked a darkness that would soon be revealed. In Sodom and Gomorrah, the people had become consumed by their own desires and selfishness. They had forgotten the virtues of kindness, compassion, and generosity. Instead, they indulged in greed, dishonesty, and cruelty. They turned their backs on those in need, showing no mercy or sympathy. Amongst these cities lived a righteous man named Lot. Lot was a good and just man who tried to live according to the ways of goodness and virtue. He opened his home to strangers, sharing what little he had with those who were less fortunate. But in Sodom and Gomorrah, such acts were seen as foolishness. One day, as Lot sat at the gates of Sodom, two angels disguised as travelers approached him. Seeing them, Lot welcomed them with open arms, inviting them into his home to rest and refresh themselves. Little did Lot know that these were no ordinary travelers but messengers sent by the divine. Meanwhile, word of the strangers' arrival spread throughout the city, reaching the ears of the wicked inhabitants. A mob soon gathered at Lot's door, demanding that he hand over the strangers to them. They intended to harm the visitors, for the people of Sodom and Gomorrah had grown accustomed to their vile ways. But Lot, refusing to betray the trust of his guests, pleaded with the mob to turn away from their wickedness. He begged them to see the error of their actions and to show kindness and hospitality instead. However, his words fell on deaf ears, and the mob grew only more furious. In that moment, the angels revealed their true form, striking the mob with a blinding light and rendering them helpless. They warned Lot of the impending destruction that would befall the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah due to their wickedness. They instructed him to flee with his family and not to look back. With great urgency, Lot gathered his wife and daughters, urging them to flee for their lives. As they fled the city, the angels unleashed their divine wrath upon Sodom and Gomorrah, raining down fire and brimstone upon the wicked cities. In an instant, the once prosperous cities were reduced to ruins, their inhabitants consumed by the flames of divine justice. As Lot and his family fled, they heard the thunderous roar of destruction behind them. In their haste to escape, Lot's wife disobeyed the angel's warning and looked back longingly at the city she once called home. In that moment, she was turned into a pillar of salt, a solemn reminder of the consequences of disobedience. Finally, Lot and his daughters reached safety, spared from the destruction that had befallen the cities of sin. They looked upon the smoldering ruins of Sodom and Gomorrah, reflecting on the lessons learned from their downfall. And though the cities may have crumbled to dust, the tale of their destruction would live on as a warning against the dangers of wickedness and the importance of righteousness and virtue.